Sponsored by Eero. Get $100 off the Eero package and 1 year of Eero Plus. Link in the description. Apple Watch Series 5. There has been so little news about it this year, some people have started wondering out loud if there'd even be a new Apple Watch this year. But, well, hit subscribe, side button slam that bell gizmo so you don't miss the next video, and then let's break it down. I'm Rene Ritchie, and this is Vector. Series 4 was such a leap forward. The speculation is going that Series 5 could take a year off and just kinda, coast. Maybe price drop it and use that as a way to lower the entry point and put pressure on competitors instead. And, maybe, but it just doesn't click for me. First, Apple Watch has been on a pretty rigorous iPhone-style cadence for the last few years. Sure, there was an 18-month gap between the original and the Series 2, but ever since then, we've gotten new series each year, every year. Yeah, I'm gonna say it, just like clockwork. Which makes the kind of sense that does. First, the Apple Watch is still paired with the iPhone for some of its functionality, so pairing it for launch as well is just convenient. Second, the Apple Watch is super popular, especially for the holiday quarter that immediately follows the September launch. It's almost like the iPod Nano was back in the day. It didn't always have the biggest year-over-year updates, but Apple pretty much always made sure there was something new about it, even if it was just new colors in the lineup and on the shelves well before holiday shopping started in earnest. Now, that's where the Apple Watch Series 5 rumors kick in. Just this very week, supply chain exfiltrator extraordinaire Guo Mingqi reported that the Apple Watch will have an OLED screen made by Japan Display. Yeah, RIP micro LED fantasies, at least for another year. But back in April, he dropped this nugget in one of his reports. New ceramic casing design added. Now, Apple introduced a white ceramic case for the Series 2 back in 2016 and added a gray ceramic variant in 2017. In 2018 though, Apple hit pause on ceramics so all the attention would go to the then new gold steel finish. I mean, when you have a brand new design, why blow all your finishes in the first year, right? A few days ago, iHelpBR discovered some assets in the latest Apple Watch firmware, basically the setup graphics. One of them shows ceramic will be making a comeback, though it only shows the word. There's no way to divine which colors might be coming back with it, old or new. Also discovered though was a graphic for titanium, which is well established in the traditional watch world, but which would be all new to Apple Watch. Again, no way to know which color or colors, straight up metallic or white like the Apple Card, though I'm really hoping for the former over the latter. Also unknown at this point is whether matching bands will be coming with them. Last year, Apple released a new gold steel Milanese loop to accompany the gold steel case, but not a gold steel link bracelet. Back in the day, Apple didn't release a yellow or rose gold 18-karat link bracelet either, not to anyone besides a very few select celebrities, like Beyonce. Maybe they're waiting, or maybe Apple just doesn't like the go-to-market for gold link bracelets, or link bracelets at all anymore. Because Apple also didn't release any link bracelets with the ceramics either, not in 2016, not in 2017, despite ceramic link bracelets totally being a thing in the watch world. So does that mean the odds of ceramic and titanium link bracelets this year are low and lower? What about a titanium Milanese loop? Apple's been introducing new seasonal watch bands and colors every spring, every summer, and every fall for the last few years, so there'll certainly be something new for us regardless. And if we stick with the theme of popular colors for popular Apple products, maybe we could see some new finishes for the aluminum line as well. Years past have been constrained to the usual silver, space gray, gold, and briefly rose gold. Now that the iPhone XR has shown off blue, yellow, coral, and product red, I'd love to see something like that on the watch as well. There haven't been any rumors, at least not yet, but we can dream. The Apple Watch has been sold on fitness for years, so that seems like a story Apple is gonna have to keep on telling. Likewise, on-device apps is a big part of watchOS 6, so if there's some way to tie that into the hardware story, I'd expect to see it as well. Because just like it's really hard for me to imagine Apple not tweaking the Apple Watch finishes and bands this year to goose holiday sales, it's really hard for me to imagine them not pushing the internals in some way as well. Since the original Apple Watch launched with its novel System in Package, or SIP, Apple has been revving the performance each year. Every year. Don't make me say it again. like clockwork. Twice even in 2016 when they announced both the S2 chipset for the Series 2 and the S1P for the entry-level Series 1. The S4 went 64-bit. Would Johnny Srouji's platform architecture team really let 2019 pass them by without an S5? I'm not sure, but I kinda doubt that the S4 was fabbed on the same 7nm process used for the A12. But if it wasn't, and there is an S5, and it is fabbed on that process, that by itself would be an interesting update. A smaller process generally means smaller cores with the same performance or similar sized cores with more performance. In past years, we've seen Apple spend those efficiencies or those overheads on everything from speeding up app launches to adding LTE connectivity or just making the watch thinner. This year, if they're not thinning it out even more or upping the cellular again, maybe they could use that budget on my own personal, though hugely popular, holy grail. An always-on display mode that lets the watch, work as a watch even when you don't move it, tap it, or otherwise prompt it to light up. Sleep tracking sounds like it might still be a year away, following Apple's acquisition of Bedit back in May of 2017. Likewise, blood sugar sensors sound similarly further out, despite numerous acquisitions Apple's made in that space. It's just tough to crack. Ditto Touch ID, FaceTime and Face ID, or a round redesign. They all sound like they're off the table, at least for now. And of course, a built-in Wi-Fi router. But that's why we have Eero. Now, I know what you're thinking, because it was what I was thinking. They're owned by Amazon now. Are they really going to keep offering first-class support for Apple devices? Turns out, they're a launch partner for iOS 13's new HomeKit secure router feature coming later this fall. But right now, with Eero Plus, you get total network protection with the ability to block malicious and unwanted content across your entire network. Advanced security that checks the sites you visit against a database of millions of known threats and prevents you from accidentally visiting malicious sites without slowing anything down. Content blockers that automatically tag sites that contain violent, illegal, or adult content so you can choose what your kids can and cannot visit right in the Eero app. Ad blocking that gets rid of annoying ads and pop-ups on all your devices and improves load times for ad-heavy sites so you can browse and stream faster than ever before. Also, VPN protection from Encrypt.me, password management from 1Password, and antivirus software from Malwarebytes. Best of all, it's super easy to set up. I got mine up and running in the middle of the night when my airport failed and I had a video to upload on embargo. And right now you can get $100 off the Eero base unit and 2 beacons package and 1 year of Eero Plus by going to eero.com/vector and using promo code VECTOR at checkout. Thanks Eero, and thanks to all of you for supporting the show. Fitbit is a great tracker, but it's not a wrist computer like the Apple Watch is. Google's Wear OS really isn't putting much, if any, competitive pressure on Apple or anyone at this point. Neither is Qualcomm's wearable silicon, which they're still not even investing in, just sort of continually rehashing old phone chips. Samsung is iterating fast on their watches though. Unpacked 2019's watch segment looked a hell of a lot like Apple's 2018 watch segment, so much so Apple should by no means rest on their market laurels. But we won't know what's coming this year. We won't know anything for sure until Tim Cook and Jeff Williams take the stage, ostensibly on Tuesday, September 10th, to tell us all about it. So, in the meantime, hit like if you do, subscribe, and share the channel with a friend or several if you haven't already. It really helps out. And then hit up the comments and let me know. Do you think we'll be getting an Apple Watch Series 5 this year? And if so, what features are on your simply must-have list? Thank you so much for watching, and see you next video.